Hello. Hi everybody, Jambo, habari yenyu. Welcome to Baraka Reality Media. My name is Sharon, aka Wabaraka, and you are very welcome. If this is your first time, you are very welcome. Please feel at home. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are always welcome. Thank you because of all the support you guys have been giving me. And talking about support, guys, we are on the road to 20K subscribers. Thank you because of all that support you guys have been giving me. Let's keep growing and growing and growing. Now, this is a live broadcast. So if you're here, let me know that you can hear me. Let me just go into the comment section. And I hope I'll be able to see any questions that you can pop in the comment section. So you are very welcome. I'm here for you. I'm here to answer some of the questions you guys have been asking me, particularly for those of you who are looking for jobs to come to the UK as caregivers, as care workers. I am here with more and more information to see how I can support you find those jobs that you guys are looking for. So you're very welcome. Share the broadcast. Let your friends know that I am live and I am here to answer some of those questions that you guys have been asking me. Today we are live on Facebook and live on YouTube. So I'm using a new app that is able to transmit via live on Facebook, live on YouTube, so that I can reach as many people as possible. So again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do not forget to hit the red subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you will not miss out on any information. So thank you very much because of logging in. Guys, I'm here to talk about agencies, and I want to do this live broadcast just showing you step by step for those of you who are asking how you can find care job, how you can find those employers that are employing here in the UK. I want to go with you step by step on how you can do that. And I wish you all the very best as you make those applications. So please share this live broadcast with all your friends as we carry on. So I have on the screen, like you can see, the first agency. It's called Loving Angels. And Loving Angels have told me that they are recruiting from international people. So let's go back. Let me just make this screen big for you. You don't need to see me, you need to see the information. And I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. So this is the website. They're called Loving Angels Care. Loving Angels Care, that's the name of the agency or the organization. So they're able to offer you a certificate of sponsorship, and you'll be able to come to the UK if you are successful in making that application. So they've got an international page, and this is where I am. So what you need to do is on your website, type lovingangelscare.uk/jobs/international recruitment. That's what you need so that you're in the right page. And this is the page where it's going to show you. And you can see they've got information about international recruitment. So the information is if you're passionate about caring and are interested in working in the United Kingdom, they would like to hear from you. So they are looking for experienced care staff to join their community. Remember, the word is experience. So if you don't have experience, you're not the kind of person they're looking for. So this role is for a senior care assistant. So you will be playing a very important role in the lives of the service users. So the service users is the client that they work with, helping them to continue living in the comfort of their own homes. And their aim is for all carers to work with the same service users every day for better continuity of care. So you know what they're trying to do is to link you with a client, and because of consistency, what they're saying is you're going to work with that same employer or that same client for a long time for consistency. Okay. And so what the question that you may be asking yourself, what does the role involve? What are you going to be doing? So the role involves working in the service user's home. That means you're going to go into the service user's home and you're going to provide all the aspects of personal and domestic care. So the jobs that you're going to be doing is assisting with all aspects of personal care, which can include showering and bathing, dressing and grooming. That is, if they've got to be dressed, to be groomed, is things like taking care of their nails, that kind of thing. And to be, you help them with dressing up. So that is what it means. Toileting and incontinence. So again, you're going to support the service users to go for a toilet. Remember, you're working with vulnerable people who may not be able to do some of these things by themselves, and they will need that care support. That is the reason why they are looking for care workers. Assistance with all aspects of medication. So that means if they are taking any medication, you will be helping them to take the medication. You're not prescribing, don't mix between the two. So they'll already have been prescribed the medication by their doctor, and all you're doing is helping, like you would help if you've got children, your children to take the medication. If it says 3 times per day, just remind the service users to take their medication. It's not sometimes even physically giving it to them to take, but it's about just reminding them the times that they're supposed to take that medication. And the usage of aids and personal equipment. So if the service user that you're going to be working with maybe needs aid of being lifted, they will have equipment such as a hoist, so they don't expect you to lift a heavy person with your own muscles. So they'll have equipments, and you will be trained how to use such equipments if you end up in a role like that. And you will be assisting with day-to-day tasks such as meal preparation. So you're going to help with meal preparation in the home. Gardening, a lot of the service users like to have a nice neat garden, so you could be helping with that. Cleaning and laundry, so that's cleaning of dishes, and the laundry is just normal washing of the clothes like you would do in your own home. Providing a companionship. So a lot of these service users, again, are very lonely. Maybe they live alone and they are quite lonely, so they would like somebody to stay with them in their home and provide that companionship. And the reason why there is that need to look at these service users in their own home is to promote that continuity and reduce the need for that service user to go into a care home because there's nobody to stay with them in their own homes. Most of them actually don't even like going to the care home. They like the independence of their own home, and therefore you'll be promoting that independence despite the fact that the service user is a vulnerable person and may not be able to look after themselves. You'll be able to support them look after them in their own home. And you will also support the service users with a range of care needs such as advanced dementia. So if they've got advanced dementia or Parkinson's disease, you will help them. And if you don't have experience of that, then you definitely are going to be given that training so that you can become able to offer that support. All right, so this is the promise that Loving Angels Carers are saying. If you get a job with them, what they're saying is you are rewarded for providing an outstanding service. You will work a combination of early shift, late shift, and alternate weekend. So that means you're going to be working different shifts. You'll also have long-term employment prospects with a minimum contract of up to 3 years. So if you end up getting this job, you're coming from abroad, you're guaranteed 3 years of this job. That is a long-term employment, and 3 years is a good contract. At least you've got stability for those 3 years. They're also saying they're going to assist you in acquiring a national insurance number and opening a UK bank account and GP registration. So national insurance number is a very important number that every person that works here in the UK uses it to submit your returns. They deduct your taxes from your wages, and the national insurance number is the number that helps you to do all that. So what this employer is going to do is going to help you acquire that national insurance number so that you're being deducted the right taxes. You're not being overtaxed. You're not being undertaxed either. That is the importance of having a national insurance number so that you're paying the correct amount of tax for what you're earning. Opening a bank account, of course, your money is going to be paid into a bank account, and therefore it is important that you have a bank account where your money is going to be paid into. And, they have promised that they're going to be offering you assistance to open that bank account, and also a GP registration. So everybody who lives here in the UK, a GP is a personal doctor. Just in case you end up feeling unwell or you end up feeling sick, you will need to go to a GP, which is a personal doctor. And that is usually the first point of contact, the family doctor. And then if obviously the doctor feels that they need to refer you to more specialist treatment, then the doctor or the GP will make that decision. But having a GP is vital. It is very important. And particularly if you're coming here and you've got children, and it is quite vital that you also register your children with a GP. But this is talking about you, so we're not talking about families, we're just talking about you if you're coming here as an individual. All right, and going on, it's going to offer you a competitive salary, which is very good. It is an opportunity. You also get opportunities to work overtime. So if you want to earn more money than the minimum wage that this company is going to offer you, they're going to give you opportunities of doing overtime. Therefore, you can make more money. They'll also provide you, this is a very good news, particularly for those of you who are coming from abroad and you don't have any friends, you don't have any family. What they are saying is they are going to provide you with a company accommodation for the first month, and they will also assist you in finding a suitable long-term accommodation. So that is very good news. They have dedicated this care home, Loving Angels, have dedicated to offer you an accommodation for the first month. So when you come from abroad, you don't know anybody, you are guaranteed that you're going to get that accommodation. You're not going to struggle where you're going to live. You're not going to start hustling anybody with accommodation. They'll provide you with that initial accommodation for the first 1 month, and then they will also help you to find your own suitable accommodation. Once you settle in and you're getting to know your ins and outs, they'll support you in finding your own accommodation. I think that is very, very good news. Okay, and apart from that, you will also have access to a company vehicle. Wow. Do you know, guys, it cannot get better than this. You get accommodation, you get a company vehicle. That means if you need to go from point one to point B, you'll be able to use a company vehicle. They'll provide you that. It is important that you also know how to drive. That means you will need to know how to drive before you come to the UK, because they will not give you a company car if you don't know how to drive. So get those driving licenses, guys, if you're not driving, because once you come over here, you'll be entitled to drive with your foreign driving license for 12 months, up to 12 months. But obviously, when you get here, you can quickly then do an exam, a driving exam here in the UK, and take a UK driving license that it has no restrictions. With an international license, although you're able to drive, the insurance is usually very high, so you don't want to be in that position. So that is, I think, very, very good news that this agency, Loving Angels Care, is offering you. Okay, so for the requirements, let's see what they are asking you, what you need. They are asking for 2 years experience in health and social care. So if you've got experience looking after vulnerable people, old people, for a period of up to 2 years, that is what they're going to be asking for. They'll also be asking you for relevant health and social care qualifications, an accredited training provider. So these ones are quite specific. They want you to have a qualification there are other organizations that are not asking for an accreditation or any training, but these ones, they're asking for you to have that social care qualification from an accredited training provider. You will need to have a valid photo driving license. You see, I didn't even actually know that it was listed, as I was saying before. So you need to have a driving license, an international driving license. That is a requirement. So take on those driving license, guys. A passport is a requirement. You cannot start looking for jobs in the UK when you don't have a passport. So if you don't have those passports, that actually should be the first thing. Get those passport, guys, because without the passport, you're not going to leave your country. So you need to have a passport. You will also need to have TB test from a Home Office approved test provider. So whatever part of the country you're coming from, it is a requirement that you provide them with a TB test. Remember, you're coming to work with vulnerable people, and TB is an airborne disease. If you've got it, then you're going to be passing it to the clients, and they don't want to do that. So you will need to have that clearance of TB. You'll also have to have a police clearance from your country of origin, the central police clearance that has been issued within 6 months. So you go to your police clearance organization in your own country, and you will need to obtain a police clearance. In the UK, they call it DBS. I don't know what you call it in your own country. Whatever it is called, it's a clearance certificate from the police to show that you don't have any criminal record. That is what you need to provide. And finally, you will need to show that you've got a minimum of IELTS score 4 to 5. They're not actually even asking for a lot. They're asking for 4 to 5. And I think that is very, very good, very, very good news that they're not asking for a lot of qualification over there. So if you feel that you meet all those requirements or the criteria that I have read before, they've given information on here how you can apply, and there's an email address that you will need to send your CV. So remember to have a very good CV. I keep telling you, your CV is what is going to sell you. So remember to have a very good CV, and send it to this page at the bottom here. If you can see it, I hope you can all see it, but if you can't see it, I'm going to read it out for you. So it is ZWW, and I can't write because this is a live broadcast. Usually I would write it down for you, but what I'm going to do after the live broadcast, I'm going to leave it in the comment section. And it's ZWE, so that's Zulu Whiskey Echo at LAC mail, that's LAC Lima Alpha Charlie mail.co.uk, or you can actually just click here and it will take you to the email address, and you can just send them your CV if you feel that you meet all the qualification or all the criteria that they're asking for. So that's one care home that is recruiting from abroad. For those of you who are asking what organization is recruiting from abroad, that is one of them that is recruiting from abroad. They're called Loving Angels Care, and they are looking for jobs, or they're looking for employers who are coming from abroad. All right, guys. So I don't know if there's anybody with any questions. Okay, someone is asking here. Okay, what happened? I don't even know what happened. So great to find you live. We can see it, dear. Should a CV have a picture? It's not necessary. Well, you can have a picture because it helps your employer to know the kind of, who it is that they're employing. It is not necessary. It is not a requirement. It's not going to it's not going to be a bad thing or disadvantage you, is the word I'm looking for, if you don't have a picture on your CV. So you can have a picture, or you cannot, you might not have it. It actually is not a requirement. As long as the CV is good and it's got all the skills that they are asking for, that is the most important thing. Make sure that you're selling yourself. If they're asking for 2 years minimum experience. Make sure you're detailing when you obtained your experience by the year. I've done a video. If you can go back into the previous videos I have done, I've done a video on how to write a good CV and an example of a bad CV. So again, some of this information you can just Google them and see how you can get a good CV or a bad CV, and follow the examples on how to write a CV. Usually what they will be asking for, I'm just going to give you briefly what they'll be asking for, is to see your education, what qualification you have, when you qualified for whatever it is that you have qualified for. Please don't forget to write the years. Then write your experience. Experience is very important. When did you start working? What have you done in the organization that you are working for before? What skills have you got? And if you haven't worked directly as a carer, maybe you've done something else, but you've got transferable skills, please also input that I have not worked as a carer before, but however, I do have transferable skills on this and this and this. So you know yourself, point out what it is that you feel can be transferred and make those applications. Don't forget to have references. It's very important that you have references, because they will be contacting your referees to know the kind of person that they are applying. Remember, these companies are giving you a sponsorship certificate. They are going to be spending a lot of money on you to bring you to the UK. And so they would want to make sure that they're doing things right. They don't want to do things that are not right and end up wasting their own money and wasting everybody else's money. All right. So the other question is, hello, Abaraka, do you have an employer who doesn't require experience? Yeah, there are employers who are not requiring experience. In the previous video, let me see if I can find it. There were, especially for care, not just for any other jobs. It's only care jobs that are not requiring for experience, because they're saying they will train you in within the job. For other jobs, remember, these skilled worker visas, these skilled worker jobs are not just for carers, they're not just for nurses, they're all types of jobs. But for those who are particularly looking for care jobs, there are employers who are not fast about the experience. They really don't care whether you've got experience or not. And therefore, what they're saying is they're going to train you when you get here in the UK. Let me see if I can find another company. Okay. Let me share this for you. Share this broadcast if you're here and you've got friends that would like to know, or family members that would like to know. Please share with them and let them know that we are live. So let me share this other care home. Just give me 1 second. That's them. Okay, can you see, guys? So this is another care home. So these ones, let's just cancel these ones first. This one is called Enna. So Enna is another care home, and what they're looking for is his applicants. Okay, so you can see for yourself, overseas applicants. And if you want to become a live-in carer in the UK, it can be a great way of experiencing rewarding work in another country. You can meet new people, travel whilst you're doing something meaningful. If you're for a work holiday visa, tier 5, dual citizenship, ancestral visas, you are likely to be able to work for ENA in the UK. So people who are looking for tier 5, that's like the very lowest, and these ones looks that they're able to give you that visa. Usually doesn't require a lot of experience. So this is to answer to whoever asked whether they need experience, because it is like a working holiday visa, that kind of thing, but they'll be able to offer you this job. So the job that you'll be getting is a live-in care job, which is going to be very good because it will save you money. First of all, you're not going to be worried about paying for an accommodation. There's no rent, there's no bills, there's no rent. It's going to save you a lot of money. So you're literally living in that job. And it also saves you a lot of travel money from your house to wherever you're going to be going to work. They're saying it is a perfect job for those who are recent graduates and global trotters, as well as those who are wanting to visit the nation of their ancestors. Nation of their ancestors, I like how they put it. Yeah, the land of our ancestors. All right, so if you're a recent graduate, or if you're coming from abroad, or if you'd like to come and visit the land of your ancestors, this is a job or the right company for you. Our recruitment team understand the doubts you may have about moving to a new country to work, and so they're going to work with you process to ensure that you feel supported every step of the way. Finding work in a new country can be tricky, so if you don't know where to start, that is why they're going to assist you with your paperwork before you are invited to attend training at our UK head office in Hertfordshire. So you see, what they're going to do is they will train you. Once you qualify and they decide that they're going to issue you with a certificate of sponsorship to come to the UK, they will send you for training in their head office, which is in Hertfordshire, which is just outside London. And yeah, so I hope that answers your question. So it is possible to get an employer that actually does not require experience, because carers are being trained in the job. Okay, hi Sharon. What was that? Hi Sharon. I'm in, though late kidogo. Karibu, better late than never, Damaris. Better late than never. I have been working as a UK customer service and salesperson. Do you think with my CV I can qualify? So this is what I was talking about. You can have transferable skills. You don't actually necessarily have to, apart from obviously the organization that are specifically asking for experience in that related field. Most of the care jobs, you can easily say that you've got relevant experience and you've got transferable skills from a different job that you are doing. So if you're working as a customer service, you will have those transferable skills to work with people, to be able to care for people, because customer service is all about caring for the needs of other people, attending to the needs of other people. And that is a transferable skill that you can use, and you can actually verify with your employer that this is what I can do. Because when you come here, they'll still give you that training. They will offer you that training to come and work as a carer if that is the kind of job you are applying for. Some people are nurses and they are choosing to downgrade and apply here as a carer because it's quick and easy to get that job. So I know a lot of people who are doing that, who are making application as nurses, no, as carers, but they are actually qualified nurses in their country of origin. And once they get here, they are quickly then transferring over and finding other agencies that can offer them a sponsorship certificate in a relevant field to what they have qualified for, which is, nursing. And that means that all those vacancies are being left vacant because people are coming here as nurses and then moving on quickly to work for other organizations, other big organizations such as the NHS or other big organizations. And that is why the need for carers is constantly not ending. It's going over and over and over again because there are so many gaps at the moment. Okay, Alex Odhiambo just joined. Joining Sharon. I hope this will be available for a later watch. What did I miss? You will be able to watch it because I believe we are live on Facebook. If someone is on my Facebook channel, please confirm that you can see this video on Facebook, and therefore it's not going to be deleted. It's a public video that's going to be available even after this live broadcast. So whatever you have missed, Alex, you'll be able to catch up and you'll be able to see the information. So just go back and listen to the information that I have just shared. Before you logged in, I shared a care home that is offering job apart from this one here that is highlighted. I also gave another organization that is offering skilled worker visa here in the UK. It's called Loving Angels Care, and they've got very good news. They say that they're going to help you find an accommodation. If you're new to the UK, they'll offer you an accommodation for 1 month. And apart from that, they're also going to support you apply for your NI number, which is to make sure that you're paying the right amount of taxes here in the UK. And they're also going to help you register with a GP. So there's a lot of things that they're helping you to do. I think the one that caught me most was the fact that they'll also let you use their company car. So if you come here, they won't expect you to be driving, and they're going to offer you their company car. So it is important that you have a driving license from your country of origin, an international driving license. And when you get here, then you can quickly change over to the UK license, so you're not paying too much in insurance, because it's going to cost you a lot of money in insurance when you're using an international license. But the first month for you looks like it is catered for, so you don't have to worry about finding where to stay. They'll cater all that for you, and I think that is very, very good news, people. That's why I thought I'm going to do this live and show you exactly what you need to do. So send in your CVs. There is a link where you can send in your CVs. Make sure you're sending your very nice CVs. Remember, I keep telling you guys, you are not the only person that is making application, and these applications are coming from worldwide. So you can imagine everybody, there's a scramble for coming here in the UK. The jobs are still available, but if you want to stand out, please make your CV the best, so that it can attract whoever is going to read your CV. It can attract them to look at them, to look at what it is that you're going to offer, what it is that you're going to bring. If you've got things like extracurricular activities, please throw them in those CVs. You know, like say for instance, you are very good in football. If you're a man, some ladies play football, athletics, whatever it is, those extracurricular, please throw them as hobbies in your CV, because you never know. There are some employers who could be interested in things like that. You'll be able maybe to do those not very vigorous activities with obviously the vulnerable people, but you'll be able to organize things, and they'll be looking at your creativity to see what can you create, what can you bring that is different from what our service users are used to. And when they sit in an employer panel, they scrutinize before you actually get selected. We normally call into a panel, or the people that normally sit in an employment panel, they'll go through the CVs, they'll look at something that is extraordinary from the others, and they pull that kind of a CV, and they want to get to know you more. So those skills that you think are not relevant, they're all relevant. Throw them in. You never know. That could be the thing that's going to land you a job. Okay. Susan Mushemi is saying, I'm looking forward to applying and I believe I will go well. Asante sana. I wish you all the very best, Susan, as you make that application. And I'm happy to guide if you get stuck. I keep telling you guys, you do not need to pay money to anybody for making this application. Somebody contacted me and they told me that there's an organization that is actually charging them so much money to make job applications here in the UK. You don't need to pay anybody. This is something that you can do for yourself. Go to this website that I'm giving you, make an application. You can see at the most, all actually you're needing to do is send in your CV. And that's why I'm saying your CV is the one that's going to sell you. Put everything, the experience, the skills that you have in your CV, and let your CV sell you. And whatever these organizations that are charging you to do, that is exactly what they're going to do for you. If I was to help you, this is exactly the same thing that I would do. I would make an application via email, sending your CV to this organization, and just hope for the best. So you can do that for yourself. You will need to save money. Remember, this is only step number one. Finding the job is step number one, and the most difficult, maybe, or the most challenging thing for you. Once you get the job, the rest just falls in place so very easily. So once you go, or you jump hoop the job search, and you've got a certificate of sponsorship, now the rest is just about money. So from there, what you will need to do, I'm just going to give you a brief. I have already given a talk on what you need to do, but basically once you get the certificate of sponsorship, that is where then now you go to the uk.gov website. That is the UK government website, because you will need to obtain your visa to come to the UK. Again, the visa application process is very simple. It's detailed step by step what you need to do if you're applying from outside. They've got places where you're going to enroll your biometric. That means you're going to do your fingerprints. You're going to do your biometrics. That's your eyes in your country of origin. Once you've submitted all that, your biometric residence card is going to be produced, and you will come and collect it here in the UK. Usually it will go to the employer. So because you'll be asked to write an address, and the employer that is giving you that certificate of sponsorship will give you an address of where they live. And that is where it is going to be posted, your residence permit or your residence or card or your biometric card. They call it BRP. And when you get here, then that is your entitlement to show that you can work in the UK. You remember, some of you are making application, and what you are getting is, do you have a requirement to work in the UK? That is what exactly it means. But if you haven't got a certificate of sponsorship, it means you don't have entitlement to work in the UK. And so the first and the most important thing is to make sure that you get that certificate of sponsorship. There is a fee to pay to the UK government website. Again, all the fees have been structured. You will see exactly what you need to pay depending on if you're coming alone or if you're coming with your family. It is possible. I have said it again before. It's possible to come with your family members if you want to relocate with your family members. It is also possible to bring your children, and it is also possible to come alone if you prefer to come alone. My advice, you don't have to take it. My advice is, whoever the applicant is, let them come first. Remember, some of these organizations are now starting to realize the importance of supporting you to find an accommodation. They'll support you, most of them, not all of them, but most of them will support you with an accommodation for up to 30 days. And after you then settle here and they support you find an accommodation of your own somewhere else, then you can bring in your family members. When your family joins you, say for instance, it's the wife, or say you're a couple, man and woman, the wife gets the sponsorship certificate, you leave your husband and your children at home. You will be able to bring your husband and your children at a later time, and your husband will be able to work. They will not have any limitation of where they can work. You as the applicant are the only person that have limitations of where you can work, because you can only work in the organization that has given you the certificate of sponsorship. Your spouse will get a spouse visa, and they're going to be entitled to come and work, and they can work anywhere. There's no limit. I said, if you've got children, education here is free all the way up to high school. You don't have to pay anything, not a single penny. And you can bring those children with you. They'll be able to join schools. You get doctors' children. Actually, you don't have to pay any medical care for treatment for your children. You will have paid, of course, the NHS surcharge, yeah, as you're paying for your visa fees. So all that's going to be included, and therefore your treatment is also going to be included in that. The only thing you pay is for the medication. You can go to the hospital and the only thing we pay here is medication. You know, like you go to a doctor and maybe you've been prescribed a medication, that is what you pay. Okay, other things, it is covered by the NHS and you don't have to pay for that. It's absolutely free. All right, so the other question is, what if you have a different diploma certificate and your work experience is different? Can you get work? Yeah, so this is again what I was saying. You can have transferable skills if you've got a diploma and your diploma is in a different field and you feel that you've got skills that can be transferred into the care job. You can use that experience and you'll be able to apply for a job as a carer. I said before, there are a lot of people who are making applications for care jobs and they're not even carers. They've maybe done other things. Customer care, chef. I've got someone who said that they were a chef and they applied for a job as a care worker and they still got it. So that is again one of them. You can be a, I don't know what they call it, cook, but a cook is like a chef, isn't it? So as long as you've got diploma, let's say the bottom line is, as long as you've got a diploma and you've got those transferable skills, you'll be able to evidence that you can work as a carer. Remember, and when you get selected, they will obviously be invited for an interview. Your interview is where you shine. That is again where you shine as you do your interview. All the interviews are held online. So there's no expectation that you're going to come and do an interview here in the UK. Everything is virtual. They will send you a link and you'll be able to do your interview online. That is again where you shine. You can tell them, look, I have not actually done a job as a carer before. This is what I have done. I've done maybe a job as a banker, but I've got transferable skills. I may be able to use those transferable skills to do care job in the UK. I'm a very passionate person. I'm a mother. If you're a mother, that is also a skill because looking after children is a job in itself. So those are some of the things that you need to be mentioning. If you're a mother and you've taken care of your own children, that is experience in itself. And you know, so when you're going through your interview, through all these things and shine. And I hope that you will get those jobs. All right, guys. So I think that's all the questions that I have seen in this live broadcast. Let me just make sure that I've got everything and I've not missed out on any of the question. Again, if you come here at a later time after we have finished this live broadcast, you are more than welcome to pop in any question that you have. Please don't feel shy, pop in your question and I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy to answer your question. So thank you guys for all your support. Thank you because of coming. Thank you because of listening. And okay, there's just one question here I seem to have missed. Baraka, thanks a lot for the information. I'm a truck driver. I need your help to get a job in the UK. Kakembo, I actually did a specific video on people who would like to come here as drivers. Actually, do you know, I'm not even sure whether those job roles are still available. There was a time, was it early this year or late last year? Now I can't remember. I've done so many videos. There was a time there was a crisis here in the UK of fuel, and there was a very dire need for truck drivers, and they were actually advertising. I put out a video. I don't know whether those truck driving jobs are still available. Truck driving wasn't in the skilled worker visa. That was something that just got thrown in when they needed those drivers at that particular time. And you might want to go back to the video, look at what I said, look at those organizations that were offering those truck driving jobs and contact them to find out if they are still needing the drivers or not. But truck driving wasn't part of the skilled worker visa. These jobs that I'm talking about today, even the care home, is those ones that are in the skilled worker visa. they have been added, and the UK government keeps adding jobs and jobs and jobs. Excuse me, you need to be very careful to make sure that you either apply for a skilled worker visa. If not, there are other categories that you could be applying for. Just be careful to know what category of the visa that you are applying for. All the job information will be on the UK Gov website. If you go to that, you'll be able to see what job categories or what different visa categories there are, and see what it is that you can apply for. All right, so I think that's it. Guys, for today. Nearly an hour. What have I done? 45 minutes. I think 45 minutes is a long enough video. So I'm going to end it now here. Thank you because of, again, supporting me. And keep subscribing. Keep sharing this video with all your family members. And until I come back with another video, guys, for now, I say Baraka.